I'm about to sit down with Bobby Cormier, the VP of Asset Protection and Facilities at the RealReal. The company is making a shift from an online-only luxury resale platform to opening up retail locations nationwide. And with this shift comes many new security challenges. In this episode of Mastery Extended, Bobby and I discuss how they're navigating this transition. So let's dive right in. Bobby, if you can take us back a bit. So how did you get into physical security and loss prevention, and what's really kept you in the field?
I've been in the loss prevention security field for about the last 17 years. So before joining the RealReal, I actually spent about 9 years in various roles at Nordstrom and then over at Bloomingdale's, kind of spanning across the United States. So started my career in Arizona, went over to Denver, Colorado, Washington, DC, San Diego, then up to San Francisco, which I was with Bloomingdale's, and then had the opportunity to hook on with a company called the RealReal in the early days of the company. So about eight and a half years ago now, when we were about 400, 500 employees, we kind of been on the journey the last 8 years, kind of leading our asset protection, facilities, risk management, health and safety, shortage control, and insurance programs for the company. And for those of you that don't know the RealReal, we are the world's largest luxury reseller. So we sell luxury authenticated goods. So sell worldwide, but we are domestically based in the United States.
Thank you for that great introduction, Bobby. So you've definitely been in the field for a very long time. You have a strong foundation. So at some point though, you obviously decided it was time, for a change with the current solution that you have at the RealReal. So you can kind of walk me through, what was happening with your previous setup that made you really start looking for a new vendor. Any either challenges or kind of things that attracted you to looking for a new vendor?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I joined the company, we actually started primarily as an e-commerce company. So really selling just online. Then really over the last 5 years have expanded into retail and more so aggressively over the last few years. So naturally, when I went from e-commerce over to retail, I just used my existing platform, use that to open up my new stores, put the same similar type of equipment in there. Quickly realized that yes, it was great in my e-commerce centers, but for retail, it's a whole different animal and ball game. And so really wasn't, I would say, to be completely honest, wasn't looking for a new VMS or a camera system, but really about, I'd say, October of 2023, been part of the LP Research Council for some time now, and had the opportunity to meet some of your colleagues at Motorola at LPRC at the Impact, and really just got to know the team of Motorola and really wasn't too familiar with the products. And kind of what really inspired me to change was the people showing me what the equipment was all about, showing me what the software was about, and really kind of sparked my interest of, wow, I thought I had what I would call an adequate solution, but there was so much more out there and could offer so much more to our company, especially in the retail sector, that I really started exploring it more and more. And luckily we started the journey of transitioning over to Motorola the last 6 to 8 months now.
It's actually a great journey, right? Like sometimes you just don't know what's out there until things get put in front of you, right?
Yeah, no, it's always good to just see what new technology's out there and always keeping your eyes and ears open.
Definitely. Now I know when we had our discussion, you mentioned that when Alta came into the picture, obviously before going ahead and deploying it, you ran a proof of concept, right? Can you tell us a bit about that proof of concept? What were kind of your top objectives? How did you measure whether it was successful so you can actually go ahead and roll it out?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so for me, actually, even before I got to the proof of concept, I was like, all right, is this the solution I want to go with? And I'm big on referrals. And so for me too, just reaching out to my network of, hey, who's familiar with Motorola and Alta? What's it like? And actually found 2 of my colleagues who real time were able to pull up the app, look at their stores and kind of see what the system was all about. So really I was like, okay, it's time for me to do the proof of concept. So late last year, we were actually kind of on a journey of opening 2 stores simultaneously and open my new Miami store with Motorola and Alta. And I was like, okay, let me do it there. Also had the capability of in that store, if for some reason it didn't work out, I could convert it over to my existing platform that I already had pretty cost effectively. So quickly put it in, didn't do our Houston store right off the bat, but within a few weeks of the system going in, my team just raved about it. And we're like, okay, this is what we want. So luckily with Motorola, we were able to do a cloud converter and actually bring my Houston store over to the mix very quickly there following. And so as we were going through the POC, really what I was looking for is user interface, making sure that it was easy for my teams to use both on the ground and with my overnight command center. So we monitor our stores 24/7 overnight as well, and making sure that I could use that side by side with my existing VMS software, which I was able to do almost seamlessly, where it was just different windows and different screens. And so in that, we were also looking for megapixels. So we have a lot of high-end jewelry pieces in our stores, and our existing VMS really didn't offer us the megapixels and quality that we wanted. And by going to Alta, we were able to go much higher resolution for that small, high value items. And then really just like the quality of the product. So making sure that it was something that we were bought into. The aesthetics were very big for us too, making sure that the cameras would match our paint on the ceilings. That was a big thing for my visual and creative teams. And then also just for me is the cost, right? So making sure that the cost made sense and it wasn't something that was going to be astronomically more expensive, both on the CapEx and OpEx side. So really just having that understanding of like, as I was going into this, making sure it was right for my teams, making sure it was also right for the business, and then making sure it was right for long-term success from a cost standpoint.
Thank you, Bobby, for sharing your insights. And to our viewers, be sure to check out part 2 of our conversation and don't forget to subscribe.